No. I understand why you got charged, but based on what I'm hearing, I'm not finding facts that support the plea. I'll accept a no contest plea from you, which means, Judge, I'm not fighting the charge.
A defendant pleaded guilty to 2 animal cruelty charges after admitting she left her dog in her car. But when the judge heard the full story, something didn't add up. The dog had water, the vehicle had air conditioning, and the judge said he was having trouble finding the cruelty in the facts presented. Instead of simply accepting the guilty plea, the judge gave her another choice. Let's start the case.
So the question is, do you want an adjournment so you can hire an attorney, or you just want to talk to the prosecutor and do it on your own?
See, I need to talk to her, but she got evidence stuff that she didn't reply to you guys. So yeah, I need to talk to her.
Okay. Go out and talk to the prosecutor.
Something getting in contact with the prosecutor, she'll have to be advised of her rights.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Ms. Frazier, here's the question. Ms. Frazier, here's the question. Do you want me to adjourn the pretrial so you can hire your own attorney, or do you want to just... Pardon me?
I'll do my own because it's evidence that y'all.
Okay. All right. I don't have any evidence.
That's what I'm trying to get.
All right. So you want to represent yourself?
Yeah.
All right. So let's set it for trial. Do you understand the difference between a jury trial and a bench trial?
So I'm like paying for it.
Pardon?
Leeway.
Okay. Is there a question there for me? I'm sorry. What's the question?
Hire leeway to run me.
You mean, can you hire one of our attorneys that are in here?
Leeway, the state.
I don't know if you can hire them or not. I don't deal with legal aid.
Said that. Okay. All right.
You can hire anybody you want to. I'm not.
Yes, fine.
Yeah. So, all right. So you want me to give you another date so you can hire an attorney? All right. I can give you a February date. That gives you all the month of January to get somebody lined up.
Yeah. I'm talking to I'm not going to draw flowers. I ain't talking.
Okay, but I'm not going to make somebody talk to you.
I was like, no.
Yes, we'll be able to speak to the prosecutors on board that.
So, can I have a February pretrial date?
With Jeff Martin.
The judge, she wants to speak back to Sam, or I don't know if that's a good idea.
Oh, I know what happened.
I think
That's like this. You never tell me I'm going to draw. He's going stop.
Let me ask you this. What does it matter? He asked me if he could withdraw. Obviously, he doesn't want to represent you. And I said yes. So he's off the case. What's it matter? You want me to tell you? I'm going to tell you why. You've got a bad attitude. You can't get along with anybody. You've gone through 3 of our court-appointed attorneys. Ma'am, you asked, I'm telling you. So I'm going to give you a court date. It's going to be when? February? Ma'am, do not talk.
February 12th.
February 12th, what time? 9 a.m. Have a seat. We'll give you a paper notice, and then you're going to leave my building without talking to anybody. Are you clear on that? Ma'am, you're going to take your notice, and you're going to leave my building. Ma'am, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Do you understand that? We're going to give you a notice, and you're going to leave the building without talking to anybody else. No, you're going to sit down right there, and I'm going to give you a notice, and then you're going to leave my building. You're not going to stop and collect $200. No, you're going to leave my building. Any paperwork you want, you can get online. You're going to sit there, and you're going to be quiet, and you're going to get your notice, and you're going to leave. Anything other than that, I'll hold you in contempt. Yes, sir. Sir, are you going forward today without an attorney? Let's see what the paperwork is. Oh, we got a hearing on file here. Does it warrant status?
No.
Can you give me a date?
I think I wrote it.
Oh, you did. All right, before we get to today's files, you've also got a fail to display valid license charge from July 29, 25 from Huron Township. I'll enter a not guilty plea for you on that one and get your court date. Understood? January 22nd at 9 a.m. work. All right, that's my courtroom live.
License not. It's in your report.
Mr. Garcia, I'm going to put you on a personal bond on that one. Stay out of trouble and show up for court. Those are the conditions. Can you do that? All right, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court in the amount of $1,000 if you screw up on bond? Any questions?
Please. He had explained. Says he's going to stay in jail. He was scheduled for this morning.
She'll call him.
Thank you.
All right, paperwork says you're going to plead guilty to animal cruelty on two different files. One from 9/12, one from 9/24, both this year 25. You understand your rights and options? And you understand the possible penalty for that charge? Up to $500 fines plus court costs, up to 93 days in jail. Understanding all that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily today? All right, so tell me what happened on September 12th that makes you think you're guilty of the charge.
I left my dog in my car. I was living in my car.
Okay. Same situation on the 24th? Okay, what's your living status now? Housing? Same? So, tangent alert, we're going to get off track and I'll get back on track. So before you get out of here, go downstairs and talk to Avery Taylor. He's down behind the front counter. Tell him you're homeless and you want to know what resources he has available. He's got a real good contact right next door at Wayne Metro. So just make sure you ask him what he's got. All right? Anything else? Are you working? When's the last, where at?
I have 3 months stay. I was on that.
What was the third one? Chase Bank? What do you do for Chase? Okay. All right, what's going on with your housing situation if you got all those jobs?
I got the jobs happy.
Where you get from?
So you're trying to clear up some debt before you start paying rent or something? Okay, all right. On the ticket, it says something about an AC unit in your car or your truck? Just the truck's AC?
I'm sorry.
The truck's air conditioner?
Solar panel.
You were running an air conditioner inside the car. How long was the dog left alone on those 2 days? And he had air conditioning. Did he have water?
I left water. I didn't want to not this is what I was saying. So not.
So he drank the water. I'm having trouble finding the cruelty.
I think it was a security guard and a pet place.
No. I understand why you got charged, but based on what I'm hearing, I'm not finding facts that support the plea. So for example, if you had been charged with drinking and driving, and after listening to your story, I didn't think you were driving a car, I can't find you guilty of drinking and driving. You follow me? I think you did everything you could do reasonably to make sure the dog was happy and safe. So
After that, I started paying dog daycare.
yeah.
Also,
Yeah, you can't afford that. If I accept these guilty pleas, then they go on your record, they're criminal convictions. You understand that? Even if I don't give you any penalties, it's still, do you have anything on your criminal history now?
I have a DUI from about years ago.
Okay. So you're not criminal history free. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you the option. I'll accept a no contest plea from you, which means, Judge, I'm not fighting the charge. There's enough facts on the ticket I can support a plea. I'm not going to give you any penalty and send you on your way. Or I'm going to suggest you talk to one of the attorneys and talk about fighting these charges because I don't think your story factually supports a plea. You understand the options A and B I'm giving you?
If I agree with that.
Say that again. If you want to talk to the attorneys?
Yeah.
Go out there and talk to an attorney. You owe us money on other stuff. We'll talk about that when you come back in. Going forward today without benefit of a court-appointed attorney. All right, looks like you met with the prosecutor, and looks like you're going to plead guilty to the added charge of allowing an unlicensed driver to operate a vehicle on October 11th in Van Buren Township, and the original charge would be dismissed. Is that your understanding of the deal? Did you read your rights form? You understand those rights and the options presented? You understand the possible penalty for the added charge? Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty to the charge freely and voluntarily? Did you drive a vehicle that day in Van Buren? And was your license improper or invalid that day?
Sure.
What was wrong with your license then?
My permit, I go tomorrow to take my road test.
Good luck. And are you working? Where do you work?
Here with assisted living.
All right, anything you want me to consider before I set the terms of sentence?
Just the other, there's a no insurance ticket on there, the bar long driving.
Let me look.
Yeah, we're working. I think with HR is working. Okay.
I misread the ticket, so I thought whenever it said that you guys would notify me, it would be for the other tickets as well.
There's a speeding ticket too, right?
I tried to come up here today, but it wasn't really sufficient due to the holiday. It fell on it.
Okay. Bye.
Hey, Angela, can you talk?
Yes, Judge.
Miss Gideon screwed up. You made a deal with her on a Droville license not valid, but she picked up 2 civil infractions that she got defaulted on because she thought we were going to let her know on those too.
Yes, Judge, she explained that. I don't have an issue with dismissing those if the court's agreeable to setting the default aside.
Merry Christmas.
Like stay over the.
Thank you, Miss Manarino. Yeah.
You're
All
welcome.
right. That's huge. That just saved
Thank
you
you, Judge.
$450. All right, so you get that, Heather? Set aside the default on the civil infractions?
Is the piece of paper on the front?
Yeah, yeah. All right. Okay. Well, that's nice, because I don't feel so bad now, because I'm going to charge you on the misdemeanor. All right. Actually, I'm going to blow your mind. I just saved you $450 because I was smart enough to call her, right? On this file, it's $500 or show me a valid license,
Everyone to work with a just like this.
right? Merry Christmas.
Wish me luck on my parallel parking, because that's.
Oh, you better practice today. It's a $500 parking lesson.
First.
$550, because that's your total, $550, you had a late fee. All right, and I'm gonna give you until next Friday to get in here.
And I can just come in and show the clerk, or,
Yep.
thank you, I appreciate that.
All right, so I just gave you lots of grace, didn't I? What do you do when somebody gives you lots of grace? And you pay it forward. Find somebody to do something nice today. Tis the season. You made a deal with the prosecutor. You're gonna plead guilty to a December 23 no valid operator's license on person charge, correct? You understand the possible penalty for that charge? You understand that when that goes on your record, Secretary of State may resuspend you. They may extend your suspension period. You understand that? Doesn't have the 2 points that the Droville license suspended does, but it could impact your ability to drive legally. You understand that? And you understand your rights?
Yeah.
All right. And are you going forward with the guilty plea? I'm not trying to talk you out of it. I just want to make sure you're going in with your eyes wide open. The way this can work is if you're currently suspended for a year, for example, and we tell them that you were driving, because when we do the disposition, we show them that you were driving on December 23rd. So that could trigger an added suspension period to that 1 year. No guarantee that it will, but I just want to give you a heads up, it might.
I can't wait and get everything straightened out. So curious that it's only thing I gotta do is get what it says.
But this is going to tell them that you were driving when they told you not to. So that's what they hang their hat on if they penalize you. All right. Anything else? Okay. So did you in fact drive a vehicle that day in Van Buren Township? And your license was suspended, revoked, or denied? Okay. I'll accept your plea. You've already posted some money, right? Okay. And when are you taking your test?
Friday.
Took it Friday, tomorrow. A lot of testing going on tomorrow. Good luck. All right. Are you working? Where do you work? How long? All right. Anything else you want me to consider? All right. We got some late fees on this one. Let's see what we got. No, it looks like you, is her bond forfeited or just, oh, she got a new bond. Okay.
That worked for us.
Yeah, it looks like she had a bond way back in 17, lost it, and then she got a new bond from 25. All right, we've got a lot of money out of you already. $500 fines plus court costs. We'll apply the 150 current bond, we'll apply that. Can you pay the balance today or do you need some time? All right, go downstairs and talk about options. Any questions? You're all set. You're welcome. Smallwood. Miss Smallwood, are you going forward today without benefit of a court-appointed attorney? All right, looks like you're going to plead guilty to fail to report an accident. I'll dismiss leaving the scene of an accident, and you're going to plead guilty to no valid operator's license. I'll dismiss drove while license suspended. That's a deal? Did you discuss, or did you go over your right, or look at your rights form? Understood the rights and options you have? You understand the possible penalty for these two charges? And understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? Ma'am, did you drive a vehicle in Van Buren Township on April 25, 24? And were you involved in a motor vehicle accident? Did you fail to report that as required by law? Or did you leave the scene of the accident?
Didn't realize what happened because I didn't. Okay.
So when you say you didn't realize what happened, you mean you didn't realize you were in an accident?
Well, no, I didn't get in the accident, but the car did. Yeah, sure.
The car got in the accident without you? Okay. All right, so you got out of the car and it kept moving? Okay. Okay. All right. And at that time, was your license suspended, revoked, or denied? All right. And you understand that the no valid operator's license on person charge could result in a greater suspension period? You understand that?
Yes.
All right. Anything else you want me to consider before I sentence you? These are old files. Where you been?
Pardon?
These are old files. Where you been that we haven't taken care of these already?
I was precariously housed for some time.
Okay.
The place
Bigger fish to fry?
I was in a bad situation.
Yep. I got you.
Left that situation.
More stable now?
Pardon?
Things more stable now? Yeah. Are you working?
Yeah, it just got me.
Okay.
I'm in bad space.
Yeah. Where are you working at?
We all we were throwing away and I didn't know I was supposed to.
Okay.
Right now I'm helping, one of my friends at a shop that donated part-time.
Part-time? Okay. So you're looking for work?
Yeah.
And you're living, all right. And the Ipsy address a good one? All right, so before you get out of here, ask somebody downstairs where Mr. Taylor is, Avery Taylor. Talk to Avery Taylor. Tell him you're looking for a job because he's got a list of area employers that are looking for work. Okay, so yeah. I don't know, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, but it'll be somewhere to start. All right, anything else before I sentence? All right. All right, and you've got bond posted on both files. All right, on the accident charge, I'm just going to take your bond and close it. And on the no operator's license, I'm going to do the same. Merry Christmas. You're welcome so much. Better days coming, Miss Smallwood. All right, go downstairs and talk to Avery. That's all you got to do. Good luck finding a job. Musab Dari? Dari or Derry?
Dari.
Mr. Dari, are you going forward today without benefit of a court-appointed attorney?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see what we got. You met with the prosecutor?
Yeah.
Okay, prosecutor says that you're going to plead responsible to double parking. I'll do that on the A ticket. And both misdemeanors would be dismissed, and you've agreed to pay fines and costs of $400. Is that correct? Can you pay the $400 today? Go downstairs, get a cashier smile, and get out of here. Have a great day. You're welcome. Yeah, what's all that about?
Well, get people on the
Well, maybe that's it. Good morning, Ms. Fox. Are you going forward today without a court-appointed attorney? You met with the prosecutor. Oh, we got a couple warrant files here. What do we use? Oh, all right. Miss Manarino.
Yes, Judge.
Victoria Fox, you gave her a no-ops on a DWLS. She's got 2 other DWLS files in warrant status.
Oh, I didn't know about
Can
those.
I send her back so you can talk to her about all 3 files?
Yes, Judge, that's fine.
Understood? Instead of having you come back for another day? Thanks. Oh, hold on. Put that away. Yeah, just going out, you're going back to see the prosecutor.
Gonna be my first experience. I don't even know what those other two were.
She can give you some information out of the file. Yeah. Wayne Irvin? Mr. Irvin, are you going forward today without benefit of an attorney?
Yes, I do.
You met with the prosecutor. It says here you're going to plead guilty to allowing an unlicensed driver to operate a vehicle, correct?
Yes, correct.
Morning, Samir. You understand your rights and options? You understand the possible penalty for that charge?
Yeah.
Understanding that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Oh, yes.
Did you drive a vehicle in Van Buren Township on October 17, 2025? Was your license suspended, revoked, or denied at the time? I will accept your plea. I'll dismiss the original charge of drove while license suspended, revoked, or denied. What's the status of your license now, sir?
Still none.
What do you have to do to get it back? Do you know?
Before the board twice and they denied me both times.
You got to hire an attorney.
Yeah. Well, Jeffrey Bones was my original attorney on the first.
No. You got to hire an attorney to take you to the appellate division, the Secretary of State Appeals. You got to hire an attorney that does that a lot because they'll know the individual hearing officers. They'll know what that hearing officer wants to see. They'll get all your ducks in a row so you're not wasting your time. Yeah.
Question money and whatever. It's like after they tell you no twice, it's like.
Right.
How often do you put money into the?
Yeah. No, seriously. And talk to Jeff. He'll give you a name or two of attorneys that specialize with that license restoration. And my experience has been they'll all talk to you and they'll tell you, you don't have a chance in hell unless, this much time goes by or this, you've done this. They're not going to charge you just to talk.
It's off 2,000. That even was.
Yeah. Go talk to one of the experts and find out where you're at. Yeah. All right. Back to business. Are you working? Retired from where?
Northwest Republic, Northwest.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want me to consider, sir? Fines and costs on this file, $500. Can you pay it today?
No.
Go downstairs and talk about options.
The bottom file is Samra. I didn't realize that it was still in here.
Al Musai, you're all set. Go downstairs and talk about options for payment. Good morning, counsel.
Well, you're acceptable. Here on you turn your residence. Don't write this time, my clients.
Go to parking lot B.
If I could be deemed responsible, then I'll. $400
That the way you want to resolve this today?
Yes.
Can you pay the $400 today? Go downstairs and get a cashier from our, get a smile from our cashier and get on your way. Have a great day.
Mr. Crawford, he back up his files on the side. He can't do work program.
He's Mr. Crawford, he's right here. He had questions on your records. Step up, please.
Come on up, Ms. Crawford.
Oh, he is better. I don't know.
You want to talk to me without Mr. Starr or you want to wait for Mr. Starr? I'm sorry. All right, just go give me a heads up that you want to talk to me about work
Make sure
program.
he's in the building because he had to be in Southfield at a certain time.
If he already left, there he is right there. Mr. Starr, Mr. Crawford had a problem with work program. We wanted you involved to have that conversation.
All right, so, please inform me, is that, his work schedule?
Where do you work? Right.
Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. He asked me if possible if he could do community service instead.
I'll give you the option. Yeah. Instead of the 4 days I gave you, we'll do 30 hours community service. That just means charity work. More flexible on time. By January 28th, January 30th. All right. Go on downstairs. If you want a list of organizations in our area that we've pre-approved, you don't have to use that list, but it might help you out. You're welcome.
Wait, Mr. Malone's what?
Right here, sir. I'll hold the file for you.
Miss Malone, come on up. Your appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Troy Starr on behalf of Ms. Malone.
Perfect. Yep.
This is a pre-trial. We've come to a resolution whereby the operating on intoxicated will be reduced to operating on business impaired. And it will be maximum possibilities, her rights, and other possibilities here in this case.
Oh, that she's on site.
Does he know that?
No.
Okay. Let Jeff know we got somebody on Zoom, would you? Okay. All right. Thank you. Ms. Malone, did you discuss your rights and options with Mr. Starr? You understand all those? And do you understand the possible penalty for the added charge?
Probably case on the home.
Oh,
It's close up.
Oh, she's
Yeah,
in jail.
she has been for months.
No.
and understanding your rights, understanding the possible penalty, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily today? Excuse me, to the added charge?
Yeah.
Counsel, I'm showing an incident date of July 28, 25. If you would voir dire, get me the facts I need.
That day in time, it's belong, driving a motor vehicle in this jurisdiction.
Yeah.
And, prior to driving a motor vehicle, were you drinking? Remember what you had to drink?
I think I'm good.
Shots?
Yeah.
You said, shots of what, tequila and rum? Tequila. And would you say those shots impaired your ability to drive?
Yes.
And, there was a single car accident, I believe, you did.
You satisfied? So am I. I'll dismiss the original charge. I'm going to send you downstairs. You're going to schedule to come back and be interviewed by a probation officer, and they'll let you know when your sentencing date is. Based on that interview, they're going to put together a report and recommendation. So when you come back for sentencing, you'll have a chance to go over that with counsel. I'll have looked at it, then we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about, and then I'll sentence you. Understood? Your bond is continued. Do you have any questions? Downstairs, probation. Oh, hold on. You owe us $120 on a prohibited parking ticket. Are you in a position to get that paid off or make a payment plan on that? $120? Make some kind of payment plan before you get out of here today.
It's important to know, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe-
I know.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they're gonna mail them or give it to her today.
Oh, downstairs.
Yeah, yeah. They'll probably hand her a notice when she's done with them. Garcia, not you. Are we ready on Simmons? Come on up. Your appearance, Ms. McCoy.
Hi, yes, good morning, I'm Rob McCoy, we have Ms. Addie Simmons, who stands to my right. We were here last time, there was the offer,
Why'd we adjourn it?
we adjourned because we're trying to see if they'll give us something better, a civil infraction,
Because it's trying to save her job.
trying to save her. So we submitted some letters to, Mr. Zick,
Zick.
and, they said they're gonna, it's the same, there's nothing more. they-
Okay, well, it was worth a try. Worth a try. Okay. Yeah. All right, so you know your rights and options, right? And you understand the possible penalty. Understanding all that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? I'm sure I got the facts last time, but let's get the facts on the record if you don't mind questioning.
Okay, do you want to have her swear in, or?
No, that's all right.
So, wait, so what, let's go to the date. That's it.
November 6th is what I'm showing this one.
November 6th, review at the airport, in the city of Wayne. It's, what did you do on that day and bring to the board?
I found a bag that was in the terminal. I was intending to pick that bag up. I left the premises of the airport with that bag and returned it to the police. I was running back to work on 2 days later.
Okay, so, and so what is it, so you didn't, what is the typical protocol when you find the bag at the airport?
If it's unattended, we're usually contacting the police, but with the unattended bag, if they get handed to us off of the aircraft or something, we would take it to our center.
Okay, so you didn't take it, took it home, and then you brought it back and say, correct, and, okay, deal.
And you had some family stuff going on that you were a little distracted, if I remember right.
Grandfather passed away.
Yeah. All right, so I'll accept your plea. Anything before I sentence?
She's never been anything like this before. She's a mom. She's working, trying to keep her place, and she's looking for a job, another job, and she might, I don't know, if we do the 3 months, she might be able to apply and go back after this, but right now, she works for American Airlines, she's been there 8.5 years.
Right.
She has to have 2 badges, so they took this badge.
Yeah.
Of course, so.
Right. Good.
Lost, I think, right?
All right. The sentence of the court is 3 months, stay out of trouble, goodbye. Good luck.
Thank you, and then do we need a review, or just stay out of trouble and then it comes off?
We run her, if we see there's been an arrest in the next 3 months, then we send a notice, show cause, come on in and talk.
Okay, all right, thank
All
you.
right. Merry Christmas, ladies.
Mrs. Laura is gonna be ready, she's not my son, specifically, and she's in the back go.
On who?
Yeah. I think that's fine. I just pronounced it how you pronounced it, so.
It's C. Okay. Alicia, read it?
Yep, I put them here, right.
Have Mr. Chief to put out,
Your appearance for Kozel.
probably a star on behalf of Ms. Koza.
You lost her.
She's in the breakout.
Oh, can you get her out?
Can we make sure you speak into the microphone, because we have hard hearing at that.
Yeah, that mic's not a good one.
Yeah.
Name for me, please.
I think you just hit the mute button.
Yeah.
There you go. Now state your name.
Alicia Kozo.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Please let me right on behalf of the people here on.
Today's the date and time set for a final pretrial. The complaining witness is not here.
Your Honor, I did notify the complaining witness of today's date and time. He's overseas, so he's unable to appear. So we're asking that the court either accept the fact that he emailed me and said that he would be here if he was in the country, as him appearing, or adjourn this to a date and time when he can appear. He'll be back in the country after December 22nd.
Is she in custody on these or something else?
I'm on positive something else.
Yeah, these
Downtown.
some felonies. She's been in custody for a few months now. How long you been in custody, Mr. Lee, now?
On September 11th.
We would object to the,
Yeah, you had me at hello. I'm going to dismiss it without prejudice. He gets back in the country and you want to refile, you can refile.
you understand that, Mr. Vu?
Yes.
All right, this case is closed for now.
Thank you.
Thank you both.
Have, Mr. Hampton's what?
Come on up, Mr. Hampton.
Probably can start on behalf of Mr. Hampton. Mr. Hampton, state your name. Trevor Hampton. Thank you. This is a daytime set for a final pretrial.
Granted, without. Rehab, is it Mahdi? Meaty, how do you say it?
Me?
I don't know.
Speak, man. Go ahead. Judge, we have one here that speaks here, but the family members won't get true.
Okay. What's your name? Okay, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that you will accurately translate between Arabic and English and Arabic so we can discuss this file today? All right. And that's your mom? How do we pronounce her last name? Mehdi. All right. Let's see what we got. Ma'am, I understand you're pleading responsible to double parking today. I understand you've agreed to pay fines and costs of $200?
Said yes.
I will accept your plea, dismiss both original charges from November 21. Can you pay today?
Yes.
Any questions? All right, would you take mom downstairs and work her through that cashier process? You ladies have a great day. Thank you. I'll put it on the civil infraction, Heather.
Yes, Mr. Board, what we got to make here?
Mr. Bowditch, Pulowski.
Morning, Your Honor, court record, Jeffrey Bowditch, 45367, carrying on behalf of, Mr. Pulaski. Sir, could you tell? Okay,
Very good, Your Honor. First name Robert, last name Paul.
Thank you.
Your Honor, today's date time set for arraignment in this matter. We're going to waive the formal readings today. You've also had a chance
Thank you.
to pre-try this matter. We have next the agreement subject to court approval. In that agreement, the defendant wishes to plead guilty to the added count of allowing an unlicensed driver to drive a vehicle and responsible for the simple infraction of double parking with the tree assessed to be $230. With the understanding the original amendment would be dismissed.
Mr. Pulowski, you understand your rights and options?
Right.
You understand the possible penalty for allowing a licensed driver to operate?
Yes.
All right. The only thing I don't like about this deal is it causes more work for Heather. So instead of processing 2 files, I'll take your plea to allowing, I'll dismiss both the speeding ticket and the drove while license suspended, and I'm going to fine you a little bit extra money on the allowing to make up for the double parking deal.
Okay, so
Understood? Just going to be one charge. I'm just going to fine you heavier to get the extra money that the prosecutor wanted. But we're not going to process 2 files to do it. Doesn't change anything from your standpoint, just less work for her.
understood.
All right. Did you in fact drive a vehicle in Van Buren Township on November 22nd? And did you do so while your license was suspended, revoked, or denied?
Yes.
I'll accept your plea, dismiss the original charges. What's the status of your license now?
It's back in March, no?
In the process, I took an improvement course.
Good,
Number, have the file, if you want to the certificate.
good. No, I trust you. All right. Are you working?
2 jobs starting in January, full-time student, Oakland Community College, Auburn.
What are you studying in Oakland?
Political science.
Gonna go to law school, but
Thinking about it.
How far into it are you?
Just started my first year.
Good, change your major. What are you gonna do with a poli-sci degree if you don't go to law school?
Attorney was really sitting on my hands for a little bit, but I actually wanted to run for office one of these days.
Okay. Then take business classes. We don't need politicians, we need business people that are in political roles.
Well, I like it.
Yeah, seriously. Seriously. Educate yourself on real life stuff, because that's the mindset we need in our political offices.
We need people that focus on change now.
Practical thinkers, right? Seriously, you want my endorsement? I can't endorse people as a judge unless I'm a judge, but if you want my endorsement, go out and do something so that you understand the struggle of people that are trying to run a business and stuff like that.
Well, talking to the people.
No, do it. Do it, right? Become an entrepreneur while you're going to school. At least you'll have a better understanding of the tax structure than the average person that just looks at their withholdings on their pay stub once a year.
So I actually spent the time with friends. He does a lot of outreach in the city of Detroit. He spent all the money he raised on that taxi cab. He gives it out to people in Detroit.
That's cool.
Bus tickets and more.
Yeah, that's cool.
Observing.
Yeah, that's cool.
When I'm not working.
All right. It's a full-time student? Full-time student?
Full-time student.
Okay. All right. Where'd you go to high school?
LP Anderson, born and raised.
What was your GPA when you graduated?
Oh God, I don't even know off the top of my head. I did not pay any attention to that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Was it as high as it could have been?
With COVID, it wasn't.
Yeah, you're a COVID kid.
Yep. So if anything,
You took a hit. Yeah.
but high performing either way. Regardless.
Yeah, you're a go-getter. All right. Anything else?
If we want to, apologize to the court. It was
Don't apologize. I wouldn't have met you if you didn't do this.
It's to taking the initiative to take full responsibility for it. I'm not a sugarcoater.
I told them about that character and fitness clause.
Mhm.
With bars.
And they're getting tough now. I've heard some horror stories about stuff that 20, 30 years ago they wouldn't even have looked at, and now it's holding people up.
And University of Michigan that are struggling with it.
Have to explain it every year when you pay the dues.
Yeah. You know, I talked to Judge Green. You know, Kendra's still waiting for her P number. You know why? Because she's traveled extensively. They're like super vetting her because she spent more than 2 weeks out of the country.
She's being punished, being woken.
They're holding her up on her P number.
Jesus. I hope she comes.
But I'm seriously, 30 years ago, that would have been like, nope, nothing on, nope, not even looking at that. Yeah. I think they've determined they're turning out too many lawyers. Seriously.
She's a judge every day.
Well, she wasn't on the trip that's getting her in trouble. She met a girl over here and she went and spent like 3 months with her in Brazil.
We're gonna end up on Berkeley next thing, you know.
Yes.
Whoa, young lady.
But seriously, I agree with you. The fact that she's been able to travel, that makes her a well-rounded individual. Yeah.
When you learn more about the subject at hand, and you get that firsthand experience of what people go through.
I'll tell you what, one of the biggest blessings I've ever had is being able to travel and see how lucky we are here.
Yeah, you go overseas, it reminds you how nice it is here.
Absolutely. As bad as things are,
Nobody lives like we.
no, our poor people have TVs in every room. Yeah, you want to talk poor, you go to Haiti.
Definitely, I'm definitely interested to learn much more outside just things about, your back. I'd love to pick your brain a little bit, but.
Well, there ain't much to pick after all these years, but
Getting back to business so we can close out.
$730 fines and costs. If you can't pay it today, go downstairs and look at your options. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. And seriously, keep his number because we both love to tell people what to do with their lives.
I'm gonna need your girl too.
Yeah, yeah. Seriously, he knows how to find me. I love to advise young people.
Yes.
I made a lot of mistakes I like to see people avoid.
You don't want to learn from him, and
If we're smart, we do.
thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good day. Fred Davis Jr. Come on up, sir. Mr. Davis, are you going forward today without an attorney? Come on up. I understand you need a trial date. Bench. Van Buren. You want to do that 12th? Are you free January 12th for trial?
12.
A Monday. If you're not, we'll find another date. Yeah. February 9th? All right. You understand you have a constitutional right to a jury trial? And you're waiving that so I can hear the case? You're going to get me. Better or worse, you're going to get me. What was that, February 9th?
February
Date or time?
to 11 again.
11 a.m.?
Sir.
I'll get you notice of testing.
Just have a seat, Mr. Davis. We'll get you a paper notice. We'll get you on your way.
Sir.
You're welcome. Victoria Fox. You're back. With all three files this time? Well, let's find out. Yes. Says here you're going to plead guilty to 2 counts of no valid operator's license on person. I'm going to dismiss 3 counts of drovable license, suspended, revoked, or denied. To understand the possible penalty for no ops? Up to $500 fines plus court costs, up to 90 days in jail. You understand that? And did you read your rights form, understand your rights?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, and understand, if we go through with this deal, she's gonna put it in the computer that you pled guilty to no valid operator's license on 2 different dates. That could trigger a longer suspension period from Secretary of State. I'm not saying it will, but I'm warning you because it could. I don't want you to be surprised if it does. You understand that?
If I be able to call your state or
I would just wait and see what happens. Like, in another week or 2, go in and just go into the Secretary of State and say, I want to get my license back, and see what they tell you. Right? Because if you're slipping through the cracks, I don't want you to raise a red flag and they catch it. All right? Anything else?
It's just my bail. Is there any,
There is no bail. You're talking about your fines and costs? The money you're going to owe me?
why I paid it?
I don't know anything about that. Do you know anything about $1,300 she paid? When? Recent?
Either,
You got bond on these files?
And I don't see Bob.
I don't see bond on these 3. Give me an idea when it was.
On these warranty files that she has, the 2898 file,
Yeah?
there's $500 bond on them.
Not showing anywhere on this ROA. Oh, because nobody updated the ROAs.
It is warranty final,
I got an August 15 ROA.
and she posted November 20th.
Yeah. So
All of these cases.
remind me to talk to somebody downstairs about sending me a 5-month-old, 4-month-olds.
The warrant should be canceled if she posted bond.
So she's got 500 on one. Where's the other money at?
500 on another, 300 on another. 500.
Is it these 3 files? I got one ending in 989 or 898. That one's got 5 on it, right? Yep. I've got another file that ends in 290.
That one does not, that's a new one.
Okay, and then 994.
4 has 500. And then 994B, which is civil fraction, has 300.
Oh, and that one she owes 396.
Proceed.
Yeah, but it's not, it's not shown on this either. So remind me to talk to somebody about, make a note on their name, and I'm gonna talk to somebody downstairs, because whoever put these files together missed a lot.
Yeah.
All right, so the question is, the $1,300 you posted will apply one way, shape, or form to all this money you owe. All right? Understood? You're looking confused. You're nodding yes, but you're looking confused. Ask the question.
I really don't.
All right. So for example, the one file we just talked about, a stop sign violation, as of December 10, you owed $396, but there's a $300 bond on the file, so that will apply, right? The other $1,000 you gave, I will apply towards today's plea bargain. Understood? All right. What's it take for you to get your license back? You don't know? Did you think it was just a money thing?
They kept building classes, 20.
Okay.
That should change. Maybe the way to use the Secretary of State and the,
Right. Right. So they wouldn't put you on the road. Yeah. So it sounds like, unless you get screwed up with these, it sounds like the Secretary of State just needs to see you can, safely see to put you on the road. Okay. Are you working? Are you working?
I'm embarrassed.
Okay. All right, here's what I'm going to do. On the two files where I'm taking the plea to no valid operator's license on person, just going to charge you $500. That's the bond you got posted on those files. So you're walking out of here. You owe us some money on some old stuff. There's a registration or plate civil infraction. There's a no proof of insurance. And then there's the $96 balance on the stop sign. So if you go downstairs, you can set up a payment plan or get a due date on those, then you're done with us completely. Understood?
So when I go downstairs, they're going to charge me how much?
There's going to be a $96 balance on the stop sign violation, the one that you posted a $300 bond on. And then I've got two other civil infractions that you owe $470 on.
470.
Correct. $200 on a registration plate charge and $270 on a no proof of insurance. And those are from, all three of those are from 2025. Any questions?
Better if they have proof of insurance now, right?
Because it's old. You went into default. Yeah.
If she shows it, I think she'll get $50 off of 75.
Hear that? It might save you some money on that if you show that to the clerk. Anything else, ma'am?
This courtroom session contains several plea hearings, license cases, bond matters, and sentencing decisions, but one exchange stands out. A defendant appeared on 2 animal cruelty files and initially agreed to plead guilty after telling the judge she had left her dog in her vehicle on 2 separate dates. She explained that she had been living in her car. The judge then asked about the dog's condition, including whether the animal had water and whether the vehicle had air conditioning. After hearing her explanation, the judge said he was having trouble finding facts that actually supported the cruelty plea. He explained that accepting a guilty plea would create criminal convictions, even without additional penalties. Rather than simply accepting the plea, he offered her 2 paths, a no-contest plea with no penalty, or the opportunity to speak with an attorney about fighting the charges because her own account did not factually support a guilty plea. She chose to speak with an attorney.